Two title-winning Red Bulls and months of work were required to realise 4 days of filming in which Verstappen and teammate Alex Albon travelled to Zandvoort via windmills, shipping...
What's good, y'all? It's the Demouchets React, and we're back with another video. Who we got today, C?
Today we are back for the first time in a long time. Back with a Motorsports reaction.
Yeah,
we know it's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been a while. But let us know if you would like us to create another channel that would be like an entertainment channel. Right? Let us know that. If you're new to us and we're new to you, make sure you scroll down, hit that subscribe button, and turn on the post notification bell because we're on the road to 100K. And we cannot get there without you guys. All right? Join the family. Without further ado, let's get into the video.
A major part of Red Bull's Formula 1 legacy will undoubtedly be its domination of the championship from 2010 through 2013. And while it's still searching for another title since then, there are many spectacular feats it has accomplished which its rivals simply come nowhere near. From demonstrations all over the world to hitching colour-coded caravans onto the back of Aston Martins at Zandvoort, Red Bull is F1's single biggest asset when it comes to taking the show to the people. And its most ambitious, crazy and sometimes seemingly impossible stunts take F1 cars to truly bizarre places. But which is the best? For the purpose of this list, we focus on the hardest to pull off and the most spectacular. That means excluding show runs. They're great, and they've wowed crowds in Almaty, Beirut, Belfast, Bogota, Bologna, California, Cape Town, Hanoi, Hyderabad, Muscat, Santiago, St. Petersburg, Tokyo, Vienna,
I heard Cape Town in there.
But donuts in the street simply don't hold a candle to the... Even an airstrip run with a fighter jet and a salt desert challenge didn't make this list. Let us know your favourite in the comments below, and remember to give this video a like and subscribe to our channel. But for now, let's dive into the 12 craziest things Red Bull has done with an F1 car. Okay, we're sort of breaking a rule here straight away, because this is technically part of a show run, but it was so much more than just locking off a small part of road and burning some rubber. That this particular show run wasn't just confined to those traditional elements is what sneaks it onto the tail end of our list. David Coulthard, who you'll see several times in this video, drives around public roads, through cobbled squares and down a small strip by the harbour as he passes some of Copenhagen's greatest landmarks and also members of the public.
He must be big at it.
A few years later, talk of a Danish Grand Prix around the streets of Copenhagen emerged, and if that ever comes to fruition, which it hasn't so far, Red Bull can say it got there first. Number 11, Daniel Ricciardo's rugby scrum. In 2016, Red Bull released a video of Daniel Ricciardo and an RB8 going up against an 8-man scrum from Bath Rugby.
No, not our rugby squad.
A engineered scrum machine and a rugby player-inspired flat nose for the RB8 were created to facilitate the face-off, with Red Bull's video even showcasing the intense heat from the car's engine and rear tyres and the players' bodies.
Oh my god.
What counts against this video slightly is that it took place on private property at the team's swanky training facility. But that did at least throw up the very cool image of Ricciardo sliding the car past the wild rugby players across the gravel.
Yeah, that was wild.
Versus, hold on, man, manpower. I wish they'd have got in more detail about that. I wanted to see the end results.
Right.
Manpower versus engine.
What would have happened if it would have went wrong?
What would have happened if somebody would have collapsed? Now you're going to speak on that.
Yeah,
oh, that's crazy, though. I need to see more of that. That was dope. That's dope.
The first time we were properly introduced to the concept of a countrywide Red Bull road trip was when Coulthard explored Jordan in April 2016 ahead of a show run with Pierre Gasly on the banks of the Dead Sea. The desert run posed a major challenge for Red Bull as the intense heat took the engine temperature beyond 100 degrees and the car was sucking up sand and dust. And via the Amman citadel to chariots and Roman soldiers in Jerash, a Salt City mosque to the Al-Khazni temple in Petra,
nice
it's had more than a touch of the spectacular to go with the logistical challenge. And as Coulthard said at the time, I'd say of all the journeys I've been on with the team, this one has been the most epic.
Just won't be able to ride it again.
Nah.
Texas!
While longer cross-country trips would be explored in later years, Red Bull's 2011 takeover of Austin before the return of the United States Grand Prix...
Austin, Texas, let's get it. That's how they build the Bulls.
Texas City. And as each venue brought something different to the table, leading up to a spectacular dirt track lap of an unpaved circuit of the Americas, this could be considered the first time a simple show run was shunned in favour of more complex storytelling. DC's dirt road escape from the ranch has him being chased by a car, a quad bike, horses and a helicopter.
What?
And bonus points if you spot the failed attempt from one rider to lasso the car.
Oh my God.
Yeah, y'all
Y'all be having too much fun.
Yeah, they having fun with that.
Red Bull likes to use older generation cars for show runs because of the V8 engine's durability, but even this engine has its limits, which were tested in the Canadian winter. In temperatures of -10 Celsius, Red Bull's biggest problem here was avoiding the axles freezing and locking, so the priority was to keep the cars warm instead of cool. Sebastian Buemi was tasked with controlling the RB5 on ice, aided by specially produced tyres, with a run across a frozen lake and then a circuit that was mapped out loosely on the Montreal F1 track.
Nah, that was
It's
smart
not
though. They
unusual
was
for Red
testing
Bull
it
to
out.
be able to
It was
briefly
smart.
take over a
On
major
a-
city, but when that city
Yes,
was new,
because I think
ice.
if I heard correctly, they wanted the temperature of the car to overheat to go against the so it doesn't lock.
Cold.
So it doesn't lock up,
Mm-hmm.
and it didn't lock up. It did really, really well. Red Bull got an A+ with that one.
F1 on a frozen lake.
Yeah, I know the worries and the
Yeah.
things that can happen, but
That's why I can't be nobody mama at the F1. I'd be like, get your tail off that lake.
get your tail off the lake. The ice gonna break, boy. You better not hit the engine.
York, it's already a
ram
little
it.
different.
New
And when it
York.
involves clocking nearly 200 miles per hour in the Lincoln Tunnel,
Ah,
you
that's
see
a
why
good
this
view
is
right
on the
there.
list and why it places quite highly.
Oh,
1 year
my
after their dirt track exploits in Austin, Red Bull and Coulthard returned to America to promote the 2012 USGP and the F1 street track in New Jersey that was slated to be used the following year. With a Liberty Island backdrop, a drive through Liberty State Park, a sample run through the New
Why
Jersey
the hell
course that was
people
never
sit down?
realised, and the Lincoln Tunnel blast, Red Bull's project was a massive undertaking with a significant police presence. The 190-mile-an-hour run through the tunnel
Ooh, I
is a
would
star
love to
attraction,
be there.
but Coulthard cracking on through residential areas is not far behind.
There's a beach.
In
The
2018,
US road
Red Bull's
trip.
F1 road trip concept evolved into an absolute monster.
What is that? That
San
look like-
Francisco, Monument Valley, Las Vegas, the
whatever.
Rocky Mountains and Miami Beach. It was truly worthy
It's
of the
Miami
road
Beach.
trip name. The lengths Red Bull went to for this were intense.
Stop playing, you can't
The
keep up.
desire for
You can't
sunrise
keep
and
up.
sunset shots midday sometimes started at 4 a.m. and ran until midnight. And in between, there were still plenty of locations to hit to get the footage, and operationally,
Child, they
Red Bull
took a
sends a
whole
very
road trip.
small crew.
Across
What?
the
There were
United
also
States.
specific challenges to deal with on the car side. Jacking up the ride height wasn't enough for the beach running, as the coarse surface was like running on sandpaper and shredded the tyres. All in all, this was a massive undertaking from Red Bull, and put an F1 car in not just one unusual
like a
place,
video
but
game.
many. It would feature further up this list, but it gets docked a couple of places because although it's presented as Ricciardo and Max Verstappen, Patrick Friesacker is doing the driving, and we're a stickler for authenticity. Two title-winning Red Bulls and
they
months of
getting it?
work
Yeah, I saw
were
it.
required to realise 4 days of filming in
Yeah,
which Verstappen and
it's
teammate Alex
They
Albon
saw
travelled to
Walmart.
Zandvoort via windmills, shipping containers, a greenhouse, the Netherlands seat of government and a beach.
Oh, they be
Temperatures
having
were
Man.
just
fun.
over 0 degrees in January, and it was so cold when they were filming the scenes in Rotterdam Port that one of the starter motors broke, and then the backup packed it in as well.
See? The
So
cold
they had to
air.
craft a replacement
messed it
quickly
up.
on site. Other parts of the road trip encapsulated a variety of the normal problems on these kind of events, including overheating while running at low speed, crowd control, and checking roads for potholes and welding down manhole covers. It had its own problems too, such as filming the cars drifting through a live auction house and postponing the final day of filming by a month because of torrential rain. It's the sheer quantity of tricky locations and the challenges that had to be overcome that put Red Bull's most recent exhibition so high on our
It's a
list.
thin road. Wow.
It's
The
been almost a
Himalayas.
decade since Neil Yarni and Red Bull tackled the Himalayas, a feat we had forgotten about entirely before.
Who'll be coming up with this? The itinerary of today.
Man, oh man. I feel like that when that money talk, it talk, boy.
Child,
It
cause
get you going wherever you gotta get. Look at that, the Himalayas, man, everywhere. Everywhere.
child, they just test driving everything
Miami
just to
Beach.
go on a circuit.
Come to Louisiana and do that so we can get our roads fixed. I know y'all don't like potholes.
Oh,
and
yeah,
we got a
that's
lot
a
of
good
those.
one.
So just come Come out here.
That's a
Put
good
some money
one.
over there and let's get some road
Let's see
six.
if, your tires, because, when y'all be hitting stuff, y'all tires be boom, boom.
Right, you don't
Like,
want
it be
that.
boom,
So, you know what I'm saying? Just,
Yeah. The best place to come is Louisiana roads.
Facts.
For compiling this list. Offering a phenomenal view at around 18,000 feet, the Cardinal mountain pass quite literally took Red Bull and its demonstration team to new heights.
I bet
Red
it
Bull
is.
needed to take oxygen bottles as the crew battled altitude sickness, and the reduced air intake for the engine, down around 20%, meant the car was barely keeping alive. But Yanni coped well despite the first snow of the season falling and a road that was so potholed that the final few kilometres had to be abandoned
It went
and
down some
completed on the
potholes
back of
already.
the truck.
But you see, look, it didn't
In
work
the
out.
Himalayas.
Given that
Yeah.
happened at around 18,000 feet, we'll let it slide and afford the Himalayan heroics a similarly high place in our rankings.
How they got up there?
Right.
David Coulthard doing donuts on the helipad of the Burj Al Arab Hotel are probably what most people think of when they think of Red Bull putting an F1 car in crazy places.
For real.
Named the 7-star spin project, the nauseatingly high feat claims the third step on a podium of bonkers ideas from Red Bull. And the consequences had this stunt gone wrong.
Man,
That's
look
a
at how in
different
the
type
air.
of brave. They ain't got... I don't see not one railing.
I
That
didn't know
little
they
thin
made these
railing
type
right
of
there.
things for these cars to come do donuts on. Like,
They don't. They look like a helicopter pad.
what he cutting up on the helicopter? That's money, boy. Y'all playing with dollars.
Messing up the little green up reef.
He said
green
how
paint.
high in the air he was.
I think they were saying it. Sierra
Must have
be
missed
pausing
it.
in the wrong
They
spot.
must have said it. Now you good.
I don't know.
This is crazy.
Child. On
I
top
wonder-
of the whole city.
I wonder if this is the same driver that been introduced throughout the whole video so far. Mainly throughout the whole video.
I think it would be different people.
Well, they have one that just been. He said his name's gonna come up more so in the video
Okay.
than any other driver.
Well, I mean, I guess he's the little daredevil that don't care.
Probably drunk a
Cause
whole
child,
Red
I don't
Bull.
see. That's what he did. It gives you wings.
Yeah, right.
He was gonna have some wings.
Rigorous tests
Boy.
had to be undertaken on the ground and on the helipad to test its surface for weight tolerance and grip, and there was a concern that winds greater than 10 miles per hour would force Red Bull to cancel a run that it described as one of the scariest it has done.
It is.
Everything about this shattered preconceptions about what an F1 promo could be. The car was transported by
Yeah,
helicopters,
look
and
how
the
they got
damn
it up.
thing was also airborne before reaching the almost 700-foot high helipad for Coulthard to do his
700.
donuts. And when DC hammers the throttle, it's a heart-in-mouth moment for those involved, but also those of us that are simply watching the end product from the safety of sea level.
Yeah, we're gonna watch from sea level.
Zero grip.
What do you do
I
if you
know they
conquered
didn't
the
go
art
in
of the
space.
Formula 1 pit stop? Conduct one in zero gravity.
Where
Aided
they
by
at?
the Russian
Where
Space
they at?
Agency and at 33,000 feet on board a cosmonaut training plane, Red Bull's mechanics and its car experience weightlessness lasting around 22 seconds.
What's the
These are
idea?
called parabolas.
Why
where
are
the
we
plane
doing this?
climbs at a 45-degree angle, then falls at 45 degrees as well.
So
One
you-
mechanic described the experience of dealing with this phenomenon as Bambi on ice, and another headbutted the front wing with their helmet. The exercise required around 80 parabolas, putting the personnel through an extremely physical challenge. Preparation included a styrofoam mock-up set and a week's worth of flights, and Red Bull picked the RB1, its 2005 car, because it was smaller than its successors. With around 22 seconds of zero gravity to play with, filming each part was limited to 15 seconds to ensure the car and weightless.
You ain't throwing nothing.
I was definitely get popped.
No, I'm the person that's gonna be doing the throwing.
Right.
Remember last week you was getting on my nerve? Bop.
Nah, zero gravity. You don't know how fast it's really coming, and if you miss it, yeah, we're gonna have to get him a new helmet because
Yeah.
it's gonna slap you hard, bro. That's metal, like.
Yeah.
So I feel like what's going on in here? They're trying to see how fast they can change a F-150 car without gravity.
Just tell
Or
me.
is he jumping out the air?
I don't know. It says a couple seconds. Cause see, they jump down. I don't know. Why were you
This
doing
is-
that? What's going on? You okay?
It's ended. No wonder this challenge stands out as Red Bull's most technically and logistically demanding. The men in charge of running Red Bull's cars on these projects admit they don't quite know how they pulled this one off, and that, combined with the sheer spectacle of an F1 car tackling a ski slope, means a Kitzbühel run locked down the #1 slot very early on when we were putting together this list. On day one, the car only managed 20 feet out of the garage before sinking in the snow. Overnight, some snow chains were made locally, and Red Bull spent the next night modifying the car to fit them, such as taking off the brake ducts and trimming the floor. Even once it became possible, the prospect of Verstappen attacking utterly unsuitable terrain for an F1 car was quite dicey.
Yeah, this
Red Bull support team
#1.
coordinator Mark Willis said of the prospect, "The first time he had to drive off the edge of the mountain down the bottom of the ski slope, I was hesitant about sending him. It was very daunting watching him head over the edge, hoping he was going to come back."
Child.
But come back Verstappen did, and in front of 3,500 spectators he committed to an Alpine run like no other. The setting, the conditions, the surface,
Wow.
the wow factor, this one
did
simply
that.
has it
Yeah.
all, edging out the zero-gravity pit stop with a slim victory based on how spectacular the end product was.
He did that.
Yeah, that was fire.
So that's our ranking of the
'Cause I would
craziest
know.
things Red Bull's done with an F1 car.
Nah, that was different. You coming down a hill, bro,
Yeah.
like at a zero gravity, like, you know what I'm saying? That you have to brake and U-turn and come back up, hoping that you come back up.
He
Hoping
did
that you come back up. Nah, but number 2 was a little, had me scratching my head because
Yeah.
what was the results we was looking for?
that. I don't know. I don't
See
know.
how fast you could do it without your feet?
Because gravity was literally a few seconds. No gravity.
Nah, it was him throwing a drill.
Yeah, that's the best part.
The damn drill coming towards your face.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I don't know, y'all. Different, man. Very different.
Red Bull. Y'all be putting people through it.
Yeah. I hope y'all don't have any more crazy ideas. 'Cause,
I bet they do.
yeah,
I bet they do.
I really want to see them wings come out, huh?
Yes. Anything to prepare these cars in any type of weather,
I
obviously.
just don't understand, though.
Weather, terrain.
The gravity one?
No gravity. What we gonna be racing with no gravity?
Yeah. What you say? We're going out of space? Because y'all didn't prepare us for number 2.
Nah,
That was
not at
different.
all. So, guys, we have enjoyed our time with you. We hope
Facts.
you enjoyed your time with us. It's been a long time, but we're coming back.
We're coming with it. Yeah.
All right. So, like this video, subscribe, turn on the post notification bell. We have enabled our super thanks. If you would like to support the channel that way, as well as our join feature to become a VIP member of the channel, send in your reaction request to our description box below. We'll see you soon.
Peace.